Fourth grade, today we'll be doing our background for our Victorian house project. I wanted to do this with everyone to start off class. That way it's ready for you when you're done with all of your drafts and you're done decorating your house. To start off, we need to pick a sky color. So we have different values of blue, different values of purple, and even a black sky for some of you that would like a night sky. So you're gonna go ahead and choose one of these first. Once you've chosen your sky color background, on the back in the middle, we're going to do our first name, our last name, and your class code. If you don't know what your class code is, it's written on either the chalkboard if you are at Rockfield or on the whiteboard at Amy Bell. Once you're done with your name, you can flip your paper over and you can actually move it off to the side. We don't need it right now. You'll go over to the counter or the desk, and there will be a stack of different values of green: light green, dark green, medium green, yellowish green. You're going to pick one of these colors for your hill. Once you've picked the green color that you want for your ground or your hill, you're going to grab a ruler and a pencil. Remember, in the videos, I use a Sharpie because if I use pencil, it's too hard for the video camera to show it to you. So I use Sharpie, you use pencil. We're going to line the ruler up on the bottom of our paper, and our paper is landscape, it's laying down. Portrait is when the paper is standing tall, but for this project, we would like it landscape, laying flat, and we're moving our ruler to the bottom of our paper so it's lined up. When we hold a ruler, we hold it in the middle with as many fingers as we can, and I need you to make one mark on the left, one mark on the right. The reason for the marks is we don't want our ground or our hill starting below. So nobody is going to draw their hill going down to the bottom of the paper or the corner of the paper. The lowest we want our hills going is as low as the marks, and the tallest we want our hills going is up towards the top of the paper. I'm going to use this white piece of paper just to give you an idea of what you can do with your hill. You could make a very simple hill by starting at your dots and going upward and downward to make a very simple hill. You can start up in the corner and bring it down to your mark for a side hill, and you could do that going in different directions. If you wanted to keep it simple, you could have a flat ground and you can pick any point above those marks. So maybe you want to go halfway, and maybe you just want small waves. As long as your hill is above these marks, you're going to be fine. I would probably stay away from doing something like this because you're going to have to cut that out, and your house is going to cover most of all of that hard work anyways. So I would keep it very simple. So back to your green sheet, decide which kind of hill you would like. For mine, I'm going to start up high, and I'm going to simply bring it down to my dash mark. Once you're happy with your hill, you can grab a pair of scissors. We can go ahead and cut on the line. The top piece can go in our scrap bin to be used later. Because everybody's going to be doing something different after you're done with your hill, we can go ahead and use a piece of cardboard that's by our table. That way when you're done gluing, you can go ahead and put the cardboard back, and then you can draw on the table if you're drawing. If you're somebody that is painting or gluing more, you'll just keep the cardboard on your spot. That way at the end of class, when it's time to do cleanup, nobody has to grab a sponge or a paper towel or a wet wipe to wipe down our area. We will be gluing our ground to our sky so that the ground is lined up on the very bottom. I tell students you have two options. One side is going to have all of your pencil marks, and one side is not. So I always put glue. So I always put glue on the side where my pencil marks are. That way I don't have to worry about erasing. So I have my marks up. I have my brush, I have my glue. We dip, just the tip, spin the brush so it doesn't drip, and we're going to add glue all the way around our outside edge. Once you've glued around the edge, this is a pretty big shape. So I'll do 1X on my left, and I'll do 1X on my right. There's no reason to fill in this entire shape with glue. When you're done gluing, please don't leave the brush in the glue. You can just leave it on the cardboard. And when you're done, you'll put it back in the cup of water so we don't have to wash them. You'll pick your ground up, you'll flip it, you'll bring your ground over, make sure that your name is on the back side. When I do things like this, I usually like to line up one corner first before I worry about the other one. So I've lined that corner up, and I slowly line up the bottom, push and hold, push and hold, push and hold. And I'll do that going all the way around. And once I've done pushing and holding, I will rub around the outside edges to make sure it's down nice and tight. And I'll even rub over the X's that were in the middle. When you're done with this, it can go ahead and go on the drying rack, and then you'll need to decide what step you're on. Are you still finishing your animal project? Then go ahead and do that. Do you still need to do the drafts of your buildings? Go ahead and do that. If you're done with all the drafts of your buildings, you'll go to bucket number 2, and you can work on that painting until next week. Thank you.